Just like buying fresh fruits and vegetables in season, you'll save time and get better quality buying fresh flowers in season. There's a bit of a flower revolution going on out there. Growers are offering more choices, so it pays to know about bloom times. Stephen Workman is a local flower farmer, and he also heads up the Utah Premier Flower Collective. It's great to meet you.
Thank you.
And all of your friends. Wow, this smells amazing. This is like a feast for the eyes. This is so gorgeous. Thanks for being here. Tell us a bit about what you do.
So I head the Utah Premier Flower Collective. We are a collaborative of 15 different farms. So what I do is I bring them all together. We bring the fresh list together, and then the florists can then shop from us from one single location.
So it's bringing flower farmers together and blending those into the flower market that we all know and appreciate.
Right.
Why do you find, Stephen, it's important, or why do you suggest it's important to know about what flowers are in season when?
One of the biggest things is going to be, it's going to be fresher and last longer. You're going to get a better flower, bigger flowers, better colors, and a lot more variety if you know the farmers to go to.
Yeah.
They'll be able to kind of direct you into what is growing that season.
Into what's good right now. Well, teach us, what is good right now? What's blooming in June?
So we're on the end of our tulips. So you have your yellow tulips and the pink and the orange here.
Those colors, yeah.
So we're coming on the end of spring.
Okay.
And you're starting to get into the queen of summer, which is your peonies.
There she is.
Your roses. And then you'll get a little bit of pansies still.
Okay.
And we're actually getting into like your onion flowers. So these are chives. And then we have bachelor buttons, cornflower, and some other.
This is the cornflower here?
This is the cornflower right here, the purple one.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Look how beautiful. The color is just breathtaking. We've put together, that was a great rundown, and we've put together a comprehensive list. How do I go about shopping fresh flowers from the farmers? How do I do that?
So we've kind of bridged that for everybody. So what we do is by bringing it to the florists don't have to come to us, and we don't have to go to the florist. We bring it to one location. So anybody who isn't shopping wholesale, so we're a wholesale market, can actually go and shop through one of our brick and mortar stores.
Okay.
Not our stores, our florists who we sell to.
Yeah.
And they sell to the public.
And they distribute. There is such a huge giddiness right now around the idea of fresh flowers. Why do you think that is?
I think a part of it is everybody wants to get into community business. They want to support their community. They want to be an active part of building up their community. And COVID, it kind of knocked out a lot of the transportation. And so there's a lot of shortages in flowers right now.
Really?
So it's really a chance for farmers to step up and actually start to grow for their community markets.
So shortage meets an increased demand as well, because women are just having, I think, a really good creative time, utilizing Mother Nature's, best show. What are you seeing people do with the fresh flowers that they're purchasing?
So they're using them in their events.
Yeah.
A lot of people do their own do-it-yourself weddings. So they actually go to a flower farm, and there are U-picks if you go directly to the farms. And they're taking more of an active role in choosing the flowers and the story about the flowers that they're bringing to their events or their weddings.
Which I think is really cool. It bemes personal, right? A wedding is obviously such a personal event anyway, but to invest in that detail, and like you said, the U-pick opportunity is a cool experience to have too.
Yeah.
So a lot to love about this. Okay, we talked about the flowers that are blooming in June. You have another strategy for stretching across the June bloom gap.
Yeah, so a lot of times when we're just planting in the spring, there's that June gap because they need time to catch up and bloom.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to actually plan ahead and plant in September for June.
This is a strategy.
So like this purple flower, this is larkspur. This actually grows better when you plant it in September. But if you didn't plan ahead for that, which I forgot to.
We're like, shoot, darn, how do I get that now?
We live in Utah, which actually is a huge resource for wildflowers. And because of that, a lot of brides love a wildflower wedding. So this light blue flower here, this is one of my favorite things to forage. It's called forget-me-not. And you can harvest it when it has the flowers, and then it starts to put off these beautiful little ball textures. Wild chokecherry is another great one. This one you might even see in your yard as a weed. A weed is just a misplaced flower. So this is pennycress, which is a really great pennycress.
Pennycress.
Yeah, it's a really great texture.
A weed is just a misplaced flower. Ain't that the truth, right? Well, and I'm just responding to the reactions we've had in studio. We talk about this, increased interest and appreciation for fresh flowers. It's kind of a mindful practice too. Like as you were just directing our attention to those forget-me-nots, suddenly that's the most beautiful flower I've ever seen because I'm looking at the detail and I'm appreciating all that goes into that one little bloom.
Yeah.
There's an appreciation there too. Very cool. How do we connect with you?
So you can connect through our Instagram page, the Utah Premier Flower Collective.
Okay.
We're always actively looking for new growers to join us.
Good.
The more growers we have, the more florists that we can resource to. So that's our best way, is just through our Instagram page.
And do you see women take this up as a hobby and then it kind of grows into this career?
Almost all of us.
Really? That's how it starts?
So like for me, I started growing roses and then I started growing more and more and more. And then it's like, oh, I have all this time I put into this. I probably should turn it into a business.
Suddenly you're like, I'm a flower farmer. That's how we do it. Well, thank you so much for telling us about what you do, pointing us in some smart directions, and teaching us what to look for. The June blooms, fresh flowers that will last longer and get more bang for your buck. Nice to meet you, Stephen. Thanks so much.